This happened even while I was pregnant. Thank you. You get that gut feeling, but 3 years? Hey guys, wagwan, it's your girl Lula Bella and welcome to my channel. Okay, so we're doing a very different video today. I'm gonna be doing my makeup while reading Reddit stories. And not just any Reddit stories, we're reading double life stories. So it ain't October, but it's really about to get spooky in here. Okay, so let's get right into the video. Today's concept is going to be birthday makeup, and not just any birthday makeup. Like back in 2016, 2015 to maybe 2019 era, we was doing very like glitter. Yeah, so I'm gonna do my brows and come right back. Okay, my husband has been living a double life for the past 5 years. I, 31F, recently discovered that my husband, 34M, has been cheating on me during his solo travels for the past 5 years. Okay, we've been married for 8. We have 2 young. Dang. Until this came out, I thought our marriage was solid. We rarely fought. He was kind, dependable, and deeply involved as a father. Okay, so you saw no signs, but it has 7 signs, right? Right, chat? I trust him completely. When he traveled, it was usually for fun. One of us would stay back with the kids. I never questioned it. Ooh, always got a question, girl. I recently found proof of his infidelity, and when I confronted him at first, he lied. They're always gonna lie, girl. I've heard story times from like men perspective where they say they gonna hold out a lie. They will hold out a lie, and that is insane. Because at that point, you're trying to gaslight someone, especially when they know the truth. Wait, how'd she find out? Oh, she didn't say. But when I pressed with evidence, he admitted he would hook up with strangers on his trips. This happened even while I was pregnant. See, that's like my fear. Like I heard like men cheat, or like they're more likely to cheat when you're pregnant, and that's insane because there are women who do the do when pregnant, but regardless, that's not an excuse. You can't abstain for 9 months. He said it was harmless fun and that he'd always used protection. Well, not freezing protection, but for him saying it was harmless fun. He said he didn't think it would ever come back to me. And that it doesn't change how much he loves and supports me and our family. He says he doesn't want a divorce because he doesn't want to break up the family, but at the same time, he doesn't want to stop. It's giving Klay Thompson all over again when he said he couldn't be monogamous, but whatever. He doesn't want a divorce. He believes we have no sexual chemistry. Okay, that would set us back 5 years, and I'm gonna immediately need therapy because what? No sexual chemistry, but we making kids, yeah. Well, not saying that denotes anything, but still. And that sleeping with others is the only way he can feel fulfilled. I feel destroyed. I am incredibly depressed and grieving. I can't even be present for my children, and part of my even feels trapped by the fact that I share them with my husband. I think she meant me. I know divorce might be the logical choice, but I don't want it. He's been my best friend, my safe space, and the father of my children. See, if he's your best friend and there's woman's intuition, how come you, I'm not even trying to say you, but like in the general you didn't know? Like there are tells. I know my own tells when I'm lying. And if he's your best friend, you don't know his own tells. And then besides that, not knowing the tells, woman's intuition, you shouldn't know. Like you have that gut feeling in your stomach. My gut feeling is sparking that I'm hungry. I don't know if you heard that. I hope you didn't. I can't imagine our kids growing up without him. I keep wondering if there's a way back from something like this, or if I'm just clinging to a version of him that no longer exists. How do you even begin to process a betrayal this deep? How do you decide whether to rebuild or walk away, especially when so much of your life and sense of self are tied to the person who broke your heart? So I don't know, man. Like, I feel like at that point, you already know the answer to an extent. It sucks, though. And it also depends on where your faith relies. If God didn't tell you to leave the relationship yet, then, you know, maybe you shouldn't. You gotta go when God says you can, if you are faith-driven. And how do you even begin to process a betrayal this deep? You go to therapy and you pray about it. How do you decide whether to rebuild or walk away? You pray about it. And me personally, I used to think that, oh, if he cheats, I'm not gonna leave. No, if he cheats, I'm gonna leave. But there are different levels of cheating. And the way it's looking out here, looking very rough. I've changed my perception on that. But on affair, that's one thing. We're gonna have to dissect that a little bit differently. But the fact that he says he's not gonna stop is the problem. That's a problem. We have an ongoing situation and you're not going to change for the benefit. Like, and then also that's disrespect. I don't know the gender of your kids, but they're gonna find out one day and this will taint their view of marriage. So it's like, well, like if you're willing to stay for this, and then protection ain't always gonna protect. He could end up having a second family. Like, babes. Anyways, that's my piece. What do y'all think down in the comments? Bruh, I'm like stressed trying to get this glitter on here. This just might be my last time working with glitter because the way I got glitter even in my nose, trifling. All right, second story. Partner of 3 years, had double life, blindsided, and need advice. My 29F partner and I'm 29M male. We're going on 4 years, living together for 2 years. I discovered she said my, cause she's 29 and she's female and he's 20. Okay, they're the same age. They're 29-year-old people. This happened a year ago, so they're probably 30 now. And he had a whole second life going on. He had been cheating on me since 8 months, and I would have never thought he'd cheat on me. All of our closest friends were all shocked at this. He told me he was ready to propose, and we started discussing our ideas for a wedding. Our relationship great, moving in together, adjustment. However, it got better with time as we learned to live with each other and we could resolve our conflicts. Last Saturday, I came home to find him passed out on bed. He's a light sleeper. I knew that it wasn't just a nap. I figured he'd been drinking. I grabbed his phone because something didn't feel right. Thank you. You get that gut feeling, but 3 years? I went through it to find the surprise in my life. I was reading a message thread between him and a woman where they frequently ask each other if they're available to hook up, agreeing to days and times. Rookie mistake. Between there were sexual messages about what occurred during these meetups. Another rookie mistake. My life got flipped upside down. I've kicked him out, but I will soon have nowhere to live and I can't afford my $3,600 rent on my own. And don't have the means to pay $10,000 fine to break the contract before the lease is up. Babes, what? I have no real support system. He was my best friend, confidant. I thought I'd spend my life with him. Yada yada. What hurts most is that I want to so badly betray myself and give him a second chance. He's literally begging on his knees, but I know I deserve better. Standing my ground. Oh, I'm in deep pain. Okay, so she did give an update, but let's talk like she didn't give an update. You don't really go into debt, or she doesn't really go into debt on how he reacted when she confronted him. It seemed like at that point she was done, she was over it. Now again, that is disgusting. In comparison to the first story, I'd only give him a second chance. Sally, yuck, I can't believe I said that. But again, have you seen the dating economy, but dating community right now? Yeah, no. And he has already built something. I'd only consider, because he didn't say that he didn't want to be monogamous. Like, well, yeah, he might do it again, but you know, you have to kind of give people second chances and whatnot. But anyways, update, she ended up leaving him and she ended up figuring out the apartment anyways, so period. And before y'all bash me, you would do it too for a check. But no, before y'all bash me for real, most people stay anyways. It's hard to leave, especially if you love the person. Now, you shouldn't be like too in love or like flesh followed to the point where when he disrespects all your boundaries, you're not gonna go. Like, there should be a limit. For me, an affair isn't a limit, and ongoing. Miss me with that one. My wife at 30 of 10 years has been leading a double life for the past 6 months. I have never heard a double life from a woman, because it's a little bit like what are the chances of a child coming on a woman's doorstep talking about I'm your child? She would have remembered giving birth to you. Now, if it's like an egg situation, that's different. But Men really don't be knowing, so they be getting away with it, amongst other things. But yeah, that's my 2 cents. I don't know what TLDR means. Can y'all let me know? TLDR. Too below? Too below. How do I recover from this? I'm 33mm. I'm 33M. So she 31, he 34. I say this because this happened a year ago. They've been living together for 10 years. And 6 weeks ago, I don't even know how that would like feel like from a man's perspective, because like I feel like women are constantly being cheated on, and it's like shown on social media, and like there's so many horror stories within generations in books and literature and media, everything. But for men, like it's very rare, not rare, but for me especially rare to follow on. I've heard horror stories about women, but this is different. I don't know what he must have felt. TLDR might have an effect as to why I didn't understand that first paragraph. I think he like spoiled it for us and then went deeper with the same timeline. So it was like a summary, and then the rest of the post tells us what really happened. 6 weeks ago, my mother called me saying she suspected something about her, and that she was posting pictures on Instagram with a friend that seemed too close for a while, and she was worried. I had always trusted my wife blindly, and since I'm someone who doesn't use social media, dang, she got you real good. I didn't really know what this was about. However, this wasn't the first time my mom had made a comment like this. At that moment, my wife was traveling to another country with this guy and 3 other friends, 2 women and a man that she had traveled with more than one occasion. But this time, the certainty in my mother's voice worried me a bit. So I decided to check on her Instagram account from her computer, which was at our house. I always had access to her devices and passwords, but I'm not a jealous person, so I never checked the conversations before. I discovered that she'd been cheating on me for over 6 months with this person. Not only was she cheating, but she told everyone that we had separated and this guy was her new boyfriend, and he believed the same. And then the next paragraph is like him basically violating HIPAA and telling her whole psychological ordeal. Which I get it. No, I don't get it. But like he definitely still loves her because he wanted to like give an explanation as to where she's coming from, and at the same time trying to like give us the whole picture so we can decide what to do in that situation. But like my boy, my man, basically it's a lot. Like it's like essays. We're gonna skip to the part where basically she says, I couldn't face reality, so I created a new life. I felt like a completely different person. Everything I told him about myself was a lie. And let's define what a double life means, because a man can have multiple things and they know about each other. That's one thing. He just cheating professionally too. But a man gaslighting you, manipulating you, telling you different things, like with his wife, he says he's on trips, she believes him, and then with old girl, he's a student, a law student, studying law, working front desk at a firm, but in his real life, he like a doctor or something. Like 2 different things, very different. Mind you, they are married. He wrote this because he liked opinion from others who experienced a similar situation, and he's unsure if he should get back together. If they get back together, he has to rebuild trust, and they need to start the relationship from scratch, live in their own place, and attend couples therapy. How can I or do we recover from this? Thank you for everyone who took the time to read such a long post. I'm sorry, I did not read that long post, but I think you have like an amazing game plan. You have a plan. You just need to go forth with it. And she apologized. She was on a trip. I'm not trying to excuse her behavior, but she definitely don't sound like she's gonna do it again. Cause she had flipped it and doubled it. Like, I don't even think she would do it again, at least not in the States. She had the respect. Well, then she posted it. I was about to say she had the respect. No, she literally, what? But then again, with maybe like with you, she knew she didn't have to post it because you didn't use social media. But like with him, he's a social media person. So it really just goes into that whole double life thing. Yeah, you have a game plan, either pursue it or don't. And how can you rebuild? How can you recover from this? Like they say, when people used to say that marriage has its ups and downs and trials and tribulations, I didn't really know what it meant. You gotta talk to married people. When you ask advice, you gotta ask advice from people whose situation you like. You know, if you want to end up single, divorced, and married 3 times, you ask that person. If your goal is to be married for 50 years plus, you ask that person. So you asking faceless people on Reddit, yeah, it could go of many ways. I know there's a lot going on with this look. Shut up. And I don't think I'm gonna get like cute for the rest because I don't know how to move forward from my husband's 12-year double life. Sorry. A day after our 12-year anniversary, I called my husband. Oh, okay, wait. What? I caught my husband watching corn after he lied about staying home to do homework. I had taken our kids to soccer practice, and when I checked his computer, I saw it hadn't been open until 5 minutes before I got home. This prompted days of poking holes in stories that never added up, and eventually he confessed that he had cheated on me a few times. Oh, look, imagine like that's insane. You ask about one thing and he just confesses everything. I mean, and I feel that's another thing to consider if you're gonna stay or not. If he confessed, I don't want to say, if I had to ask you 20 times, babes, you don't even want to be here because you already betrayed me, you deceived me, you lied to me. And then when I try to reason with you and reconcile and just try to grab at pieces of the truth, I know the truth. The truth is right here behind my neck, behind my head. And you're gonna sit here and tell me that this is white. Because there's no point in me being like, oh, did you cheat? I know you cheated. I know you cheated. So when I ask you when and you're like, you didn't, that's like telling me this is white. Because I know you cheated. Not gonna lie, y'all, I don't think I'm gonna get to that story time. I am debating on putting black eyeliner. I know would make the look kill and probably make me look less like a clown and probably put like lower lash thing. But it's like, if I put, not only am I gonna have panda eyes, but I will have glitter on my face for days. So I did it. I put the eyeliner on and I feel like it brings the look together. I still feel like Boo Boo the Fool with the 2 dots. I was trying to see some, do some, yeah. And this is a neutral lip combo. You already know what video it's from, but if you don't know, well, now you know. Okay, but I will continue this video another day, maybe, I don't know. If I like it, maybe I will. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you have a great day or good night.